Hey guys, Robin here. So last night I filmed a review of The Abyss. Um, you probably would have really liked it, but when I tried to open it so I could watch and see what I got, the file was corrupted. Yeah, somehow something screwed up and the file got corrupted or some crap like that. And now and and all 6 minutes I spent filming that review wasted. So instead of being graced with a review of so instead of being graced with a review of The Abyss, you guys are being graced by a review of a movie that I've wanted to watch. I mean, review for a long time. It's this movie was brought to us by legendary sci-fi producer George Powell. That movie is 1951's When Worlds Collide. Now, now this is a science fiction disaster film. Um, it's about a group of people um, who find out that in a span of 8 months, a rogue uh, star named Bellis um, is going to collide with the Earth and destroy it. Hence the title "When Worlds Collide." Now, but all hope is not lost, as this one star, which yes is only slightly bigger than the Earth, has a single planet orbiting it that just so happens to have an atmosphere that can support human life. How convenient. And yeah, so the race is on to not only construct a rocket ship in 8 months, a feat that is impossible even in the 21st century, which even now it takes like 4 to 10 years to fully construct a rocket ship. But this was 1951, so they didn't know. to not only build a rocket ship in 8 months, but also build a launching track, get two of every animal onto the ship, and round up people who will help. And by the way, yes, and by the way, yeah, the two of every animal thing, yeah, yeah, there's some no biblical stuff here. In fact, the movie opens with that quote from the beginning of the story of Noah's Ark, where God sees that all of mankind is evil and it's going to cause some big disaster that wipes out all human life except for a select few. Um, and the movie also ends with a Bible quote. The new world is theirs now, or something like that. I'm not really well versed in Bible verses, but yeah, this movie is a good um this George Powell. I mean, well, this movie as you can see on the back, this movie was filmed in color, which for the early 50s it's a rare thing. In fact, The Day the Earth Stood Still, which came out the same year as this, that was in black and white. Yeah, this yeah, and this movie might actually be like one of the first movies to actually show the Earth actually getting destroyed. And the special effects are incredible, which is no big surprise because it's a George Powell movie. And anytime George Powell made a science fiction film, with the exception of actually maybe Conquest of Space actually did win, but anytime it seemed that anytime George Powell made a science fiction film from the period of 1950 to 1960, it won an Oscar, Best Special Effects Oscar, by the way. Which yes, this movie really truly earned that because I mean, Yeah, and in fact, one like nice effect that I liked that I thought they kind of missed is that just before the world collide as we see the ship launching we see the ground around the place where it would built get more like scorched and like and there's these like fissures and stuff happening. Yeah, it's pretty cool. In fact, yeah, and yeah, I mean, in fact, back here where the rocket's like launching, there you can like if you're close enough, you really can see like all the fissures and stuff. It's really cool. And now George Powell, he's the only name that I recognize from this. Like prior to watching this movie, I never. Well, actually, I do know Barbara Rush. She she was in It Came from Outer Space, but aside from her, I don't know who Richard Gere is. Don't know Peter Hansen. Don't know the director is Rudolph Mattei. It's just yeah, it's like mate, but there's like a French like line out above the E. Yeah, and yeah, like When World Collide. I mean, it's a pretty good like film. I mean, in fact, in fact, Deep Impact. Um, in fact, Deep Impact can actually be considered a very loose remake of this, in the fact that in the fact that in the fact that it's about something crashing into the earth, which is going to cause a huge cataclysmic event, and there's some kind of like a lottery for and there's some kind of a lottery to get it into a shelter, and and yeah, it's very similar to that. In fact, Steven Spielberg, he'd actually expressed interest in remaking this, which I mean, which 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 yeah, I mean, all like the all the disaster stuff in the world colliding gonna be CG, but this is especially impressive because back then, well, because like nowadays any schlub with a computer can render CG, okay? But back when this was made, it took ingenuity and talent to pull off a convincing miniature effect. And not just miniature. It took a lot of talent and creativity to pull off a convincing effect for like anything, whether it be like a giant monster, whether it be like a giant monster, time just whipping by, Martians attacking Earth. Yeah, it took a lot of like talent back then, and yeah, that's about all I have to say for this. So yeah, and by the way, this movie's like it's only like an hour and 21 minutes. So yeah, I mean, even if you watch this and you don't like it, you're not gonna lose a whole lot of time. And by the way, this movie is actually based on a book that was published in the 30s. And George Powell, he actually did want to make a sequel to this, which was about the people who are on the ship adjusting to the new planet. But George Powell's feature made after War of the Worlds, Conquest of Space didn't do too well, and so Paramount didn't want to do it, so it was scrapped. But yeah, I do recommend this one. I mean, it's not one of my favorite disaster movies, but it's still pretty good. The special effects are incredible. So, and yeah, and yes, this movie did win an Oscar for best special effects. Yeah, where it really goes to show you like how good the effects are. I mean, look at this, like right on the back. Look at that. Anyway, this video has just passed the 10-minute mark, so I'm gonna sign off now. So thank you all for watching this video. And I will see you all soon. Peace.